Good Friday morning. It's time for the Kaiser Report. Welcome back to everyone. I'm John, and I'm coming to you today with, I guess you all heard the news about the indictment for guilty on 34 accounts for the New York sham trial that took place for Donald Trump. Disappointing to some, gleeful to most of the mainstream media, and we don't understand why, other than the fact that they all know that this was going to be the outcome anyway, because it was planned that way. It was there were a ton of talk about it being a hung jury, that there were two lawyers on there that wouldn't go along with a partisan type of jury, but it didn't work that way because every one of those people on that jury, none of them Republican, none of them probably ever voted or will ever vote for Donald Trump. So it was a rigged deal, and what wasn't rigged, the judge finished the rigging in his statements and his actions as far as not letting certain people testify that had the real evidence to prove that no crime was committed here. They sent the jury away with instructions to get him on this second thing that they supposedly have but never proved in a court of law. It was a funny trial. It was a fake trial. It was a kangaroo court. Everyone in this world has watched this take place and understood what was happening. The fact that they would not move that trial to either Staten Island, Westchester County, Nassau County, or even Albany is beyond me and most of the world, and every legal mind in the world agrees with this. However, this is the government that we have now. And the shadow government that runs this particular government now is behind this, and it was a pure distraction coming into an election. They may have pulled the trigger a little early on it, but they're waiting for June to come with this debate, and it's the earliest debate ever in an election year. And it's being done to discredit and get rid of Biden off the ticket. Something is going to happen, an illness, or he will do so badly at this debate that they'll have no choice. So now, if you listen to CNDNC, they're already speculating that it's going to be Michelle Obama. And it's going to be Gavin Newsom. Well, anybody in their right mind that remembers and can think back to the Obama years, she's the one that said that now that Barack is president, I can finally be proud of this country. I wasn't. Remember that. Remember the fact that she does not like America and has vocalized this. And also, remember the fact that Gavin Newsom has destroyed the state of California and continues to do so. So what do you think he would bring to the White House? More of the same. We have a Congress that has to be cleaned out. We have a Senate that has to be turned over. The corruption, the partisan politics, and all that is connected with it has destroyed this country's economy, and our borders, and our economic situation in the world. If you stop and think about it, this is what this trial was all about. So they can say now, oh, see, he's a convicted felon. There were really no felony charges here. They made them up to fit the bill for Bragg. and this phony judge, this highly conflicted judge, to get their way. And they got their 15 minutes of fame, and now they'll probably run for higher offices or whatever under the Democratic guise as, I'm the hero that got Trump. It was a circus of a trial. We all know that. We all watched it with our eyes on the TV screen, and, well, we weren't allowed into the courtroom, but at the end of the day, we got the synopsis of what was going on from every news network. It took up all of the news cycles for weeks and weeks and weeks to distract you from what Joe was trying to pull off and what our Senator Schumer was trying to pull off. And why these people keep getting reelected, it just boggles my mind. But here it is, Friday. We're looking forward to a great weekend. Everybody needs to put this to the back of your mind because it means nothing. It in no way should affect the way you think. You can feel bad for him or you can be happy that it happened to him. That's your choice to do. If you want to muddle in this for the rest of the weekend, it's your loss, no one else's. You have to look forward to the positives that are in front of you and work with the positives. And we're not telling you one candidate is better than another, but we all know what Joe is capable of. So, I don't want you to dwell on these 34 counts of nothingness that this New York City diversified jury came up with. We all know that New York is so darn blue and with very little red places in it, but now the Bronx is even turning. So there's hope. And what we do have is an awful lot of hope in this country that we need to grab onto, and don't dwell on the negatives. And don't dwell on what the media wants you to dwell on. You have beautiful outdoors. You have a good life in this country. And for most of the people that are hit very hard with this economy and maybe have lost their home or homeless, God bless you all. If you see someone that's legitimately in need, help them. But don't dwell on what this kangaroo court came up with in any way, shape, or form. It takes away from your ability to enjoy your life. And you don't want to let them do that. This is what they want. They want control over you, your mind, your money, and what you can and can't say. This is not how our Constitution was set up to be. So let's defeat them by not buying into their nonsense. We have control. You have control over your thoughts and your mind, and you need to make up your own decisions. Get informed. There's plenty of places you can go to get the correct information. You do not have to rely on legacy media, because we all know now that they will lie straight-faced while you cry and get paid a lot of money to do it. These are actors. You don't have journalists anymore. There may be a handful, but they're actors. They go in, they sit in a makeup chair, they get powdered up and made to look younger and prettier, and they stick them in front of a camera, and they read from that camera what someone else writes and tells them to say. And if they deviate from it, you don't see them there very long. Tucker Carlson and Hannity and some people like that, are at the risk of being fired all the time because they speak out. They speak their mind, or they give you a different view of what mainstream media wants you to view. It's a big part of what's wrong. It's what's wrong with our elections. It's what's wrong with our information flow in the United States today. It's what else is wrong is the internet. And now AI is being twisted to do the wrong things. Google's in trouble with theirs because it puts out false information, and they're trying to get the deep-seated mistake that they made with AI fixed. It's coming out with gobbledygook. Remember what I said when all this AI stuff came up about a year or so ago, where everybody was, whenever GPT came out, because that's the program that's all messed up now. I said it's not ready. You can't trust it. And what input you put into it, you'll get back out. So if you're putting garbage into a computer, you've got garbage in, garbage out. And it's made fools of some people already who relied on it for the correct answers that they didn't get. I don't have specifics on that. I was just listening to something on AI the other day that said that they made a mistake in the early programming of this thing, and it's almost impossible to get that mistake out. So they're working feverishly on not looking foolish again, and that's Google that's behind that. And don't forget that. When you're relying on ChatGPT to give your latest sales report or book report or whatever you're going to try to use it for, it's not always accurate. And in some cases, downright laughable. But you're not going to get any AI-generated things here at the Kaiser Report, where we'll tell you straight out every time what our opinions are, and we try to pick apart what the truth is and get it to you as we can. It takes a lot of research. When you hear something, you cannot take anything that you read on social media and some on these crooked news channels to you just can't repeat it until you verify it. It has to be verified. But a lot of people do. If you look at YouTube, look at X is the worst for it, because they write anything on there. Sometimes even bots are writing things that everyone thinks is true about the bridge failure, about the Boeing planes, about the A300 that couldn't be found. There's so much disinformation on social media today that it's not funny. So be careful what you take as the truth unless you can verify it. And there are places you can go to do that. Sometimes directly to the source. But anyway, as I said, we have In the Pines coming to Bristol this weekend. And we'll be downtown Bristol filming on Saturday. We'll get see what's going on. They said the town is going to fill up for this. They have high hopes that it will beat or exceed or be as big as the Mumford & Son concert. It's Dwight Yoakam that's coming in. He's one of the big names. And then they have all kinds of great music. Food trucks will be out. They expect downtown Bristol to be fairly full. So we're going to start filming at the train station, which is a historic building and train station. It's located here in Bristol, Virginia side. and it served for many years both Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia. It's right under the big Bristol sign, the one that's lit up and says it's a great place to live, and it is. So we'll get that to you on film, and we'll probably publish that on Saturday or Sunday. It'll be taking place on Saturday, and I'll be downtown almost all day Saturday to get some film footage, and we'll get in and out of some of the fun stores that are down there, and maybe get the storekeepers' opinions on how it's affected them and what their thoughts are on it. And speaking of thoughts, if you have thoughts and comments, I would greatly appreciate you using the comment section below and letting me know what your thoughts are. Good, bad, or indifferent, I like hearing what your thoughts are. It gives me a better opportunity to be more concise and try to get to you what interests you. And if you like to see something special or hear about something special, please let us know. You can always email us or use the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do, because we need your subscriptions to stay current here on YouTube. We do publish over onto Rumble. Almost all of our library should be over there. We don't broadcast through Rumble yet, but I've been asked to, and I may. So we'll let you know if that happens. But here at the Kaiser Report, it's the weekend. I want you all to put aside any anxiety that you may have been caused by this Trump trial or in the verdict in the Trump trial, and enjoy your weekend, and don't think of these idiots as being something that should control you. You're in full control of your own self. And you have a mind, and you can think. You don't need to be told how to think. They like you to think that. It's not true. But until we see you in downtown Bristol over the weekend, I'm going to say goodbye and let you go. We love you here at the Kaiser Report, and never forget that. Bye-bye now.